Hi, my name is Becca. I just filmed a tutorial for how to do your eyeliner using St. Minerals products, and now I'm here to show you how to do your brows, because let's be honest, your girl needs some help. So let's talk about brows. Brows are one of the most important features on your face. They really help to define everything, even if you don't want to wear a lot of makeup. If you have your brows done, it'll make you look more put together. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and so your brows are, what, the curtains? St. Minerals. If you didn't see my other video, I'll tell you a little bit about the brand. It's a mineral-based company, obviously. They're based out of Australia, and they just recently came to the United States. And one of the distributors is my friend Kelly. We've worked together many times. She's super cool, and her company is Panoply Beauty. I've been doing makeup for my entire career, and I usually tend to kind of shy away from clean brands because they don't typically perform the way I want them to. Kelly sent me some of these products. I've been taking them on a test run, and they do actually work as well as they say they do. So the brow products. So their products are brow butters. So I'll show them to you. They are super creamy, all natural. Everything in their line is cruelty-free, vegan. There's no talc, no fragrance, anything that could make your skin sensitive or break out. They don't got it. So let's see the different colors. So these are the brow butters, shade 1, shade 2, shade 3. We'll show you some swatches. So again, all these products are all natural, and this product is water resistant, and they are very appropriately named because they literally go on like butter. So this is shade 1. I'll show you with my finger. So this is a lighter shade. It's got some warmer tones to it. I'll show you shade 2 right now. I'm gonna go in with a different finger that's not covered in butter. So that's shade 2. That was an aggressive amount. Sorry about that. You see this is obviously darker and it's a little more ashy. And then shade 3. Where's my hand? Shade 3. Shade 3 is, again, darker and even ashier still. So they go on really nicely, and I feel like a lot of times people have a really hard time with brow products. So the fact that this goes on really easily and you can blend it out easily is really, really huge, especially for beginners. So another great thing in this line is their brow brush. Oh. I feel like everyone needs to have a brush that's shaped exactly like this. I have many of them in my professional makeup kit. So they have the little thin tip right here, which is really great for creating hair-like strokes, or even if you wanted to use this for eyeliner. It's a multi-use product. My favorite part is the spoolie that's on the end. This is key for creating a perfect brow. So even when I'm starting to do brows on myself or even on my clients, I always start by brushing them upwards so you can really see what's going on with the shape. I was alive in the 90s and I owned a tweezer. So like most people that survived that era, we have little Snoopy eyebrows. So I always like to brush them up to see where I need to fill them in. And I usually start from there. Everyone's gonna have their own different technique for filling in brows. I tend to prefer something that's a little bit more natural versus the really like overly filled in, kind of harsh looking, squared off shape. The first 2 colors are a little bit on the warmer side, and obviously because I'm very blonde and my roots are as ashy as can be, I'm gonna go with the 3rd color, which again, it's all personal preference. I tend to like my makeup a little bit more dramatic, so this might be really dark for some people, but I got it. So you're gonna take a little bit of product, hope you can see this, and with the very tips of it. And I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna get closer here. So I'm gonna start at the bottom of my brow. So I don't know if you can see, we're just gonna slander my eyebrows right now. So I have a little hole right here and my ends are pretty thin. So general rule of thumb with brows, I mean, I could make this video an hour if I wanted to on how to fill them in, but I always start on the ends because that's where you want your brows to be the darkest. I feel like a big mistake that I see a lot of people do is they start at the beginning, and that's where the majority of your product is going to be, whether it's your foundation, your blush, your eyeshadow, wherever you put the color down first, that's where the intensity of the deposit is going to be. So because you don't want it to be really dark right here and then light out here, that's going to give you that really harsh look. I always start on the ends, and I always tell my clients to do so as well. That way you can kind of also get a feel for how hard you're pressing. So I usually like to anchor my pinky on my cheek just so it's something kind of stable, and instead of going in and doing one line, I like to go in and do little hair-like strokes. So if you can see my hair growth pattern, it grows upwards during the front, and then it goes a little bit more to the side when it gets to the arch and the tail. So I'm going to start right here where I have that 90s hole and just stamp it in. And you might be thinking, whoa, that's dark, but it'll all come together. So I don't know if you can see that I'm, again, doing hair-like strokes. And I like to establish the base of my brow first. And then I like to, again, I kind of just go in a stamping motion to fill it in. But see how well that blends? So if this is you at home and you're thinking, whoa, this is way too dark, this is too much, that's where the spoolie comes in really handy, because then you can just brush it out and it immediately softens everything up. Do you see that? I mean, you can literally keep on going with the spoolie and make it almost non-existent if you wanted to. Again, I'm gonna brush them up because I feel like that really shows what my true shape is. I haven't grabbed any more product yet, because as you can see, a little goes a long way. The rule of thumb with brows is you want them to end at the corner of your eye. You want the highest point of your arch to be at the outside of your iris when you're looking straight ahead. I keep on looking over to the camera so I can see what I'm doing, but straight ahead, you want that to be at the outside of your iris. And then you want them to start at this point of your nostril going up. So because I want the highest point of my arch to be at the outside of my iris, it's already right here on the bottom, but my top is a little bit thin. So I'm gonna go in and extend this out just a little bit more. Again, I haven't gone in with any more product, especially because it's a darker color. I don't want the contrast to be too much with this look. It just depends on what I'm going for. Depends on my mood. So I don't have any product on the inside of my brow right now. I'm sure you can see the difference. So I'm gonna go back in with a very, very, very light hand. I'm just gonna go with the tip. Because I'm going with at the beginning part of my brow and I want it to be as soft as possible, I'm just gonna take some of the excess off my brush. So I'm gonna start at the bottom, and with a super light hand, I'm gonna kind of create that base. And then from here, because my hair goes upwards in the front, I'm actually gonna flip my brush this way. So it's kind of upside down. And I'm gonna start at the base. So I'm not anchoring my hand on my face anymore. I'm almost anchoring the brush down for stability. So I'm gonna start right here and super lightly, I'm just gonna flick it upwards to mimic my natural hair growth, if that makes sense. Again, I'm just gonna brush it through. And that's pretty much it. I mean, if you wanted to go in and make anything darker, change anything else, obviously feel free to do that. But I think for my brow shape, that is pretty good. I might just add a little bit more out here. It's very hard to do your makeup on camera. See what a difference that makes? It just adds that little bit more definition and that perfection in the shape. So I always like to kind of step back so I can look at it from afar, because sometimes when you're really close up, your vision gets a little bit distorted and your perception is off. There we go. Ta-da. You are free to leave them as is, or if you want to set them with like a brow gel or a brow pomade, that is totally up to you. But yeah, here it is. All natural, water resistant brow butters that live up to their name because they blend like butter. PanoplyBeauty.com if you want to check out these products. Follow me and Kelly on Instagram, and if you have any questions, let us know.